All right, so don't let the humidity, or at least the lack thereof of humidity this weekend, be the determining factor as far as how this summer is going. We're certainly not cooling down. In fact, we have another heat wave coming up this week that will, well, make you wish that we're getting into fall weather. It's coming. Give it a couple months and we will be talking more about big cold fronts that cool us down, and then before you know it, we're smack in the middle of winter and there's a couple inches of snow on the ground. Yeah, I know. It goes by quickly, but at least we can enjoy weekends like this where it's hot but at least comfortable, and that's going to be the case going forward. Basically, we just sit under a bubble of high pressure. Now you can see some showers and thunderstorms that are kind of sitting just to our south, and that's the stalled out front, the cold front that basically put the brakes on just to the south. But behind it has been a north and northeasterly wind flow around that high pressure, and that's what's been keeping us cooler but also drier. So that's going to be the case throughout the coming couple of days. Well, we see out towards the Pacific Northwest a lot of moisture in place around Washington, a little bit of a low bubbling up there in Northern California, kind of the Del Norte area getting into Medford. And then you have some more showers and thunderstorms that are kind of making their way up through the upper Mountain West. Now, into the monsoon area for the Four Corners, you can see that rain and thunderstorm activity bubbling in from Mexico. That's going to keep them wet for a couple of days. But for us, it's high pressure. So wind out of the north, keeping us cooler, drier, at least for a day. Tomorrow we will stay dry, but we will also start to heat up as well, basically because high pressure is starting to slide east, winds are starting to shift. So we won't quite have the dry air in place, at least not when we start getting into the Monday, Tuesday time frame where this high pressure takes over and that wind out of south and southwest starts to ramp up, especially ahead of the next frontal system that will be our next rainmaker, and that's going to be this one here as it slides in from the west, and that's going to bring in some showers and storms as we're getting into the middle of the upcoming week. So that's your next 5 days. Really not much expected in the rain department. We may have a few little isolated pops getting going for our southeastern counties. Notice how the cloud coverage is also a little thicker down here, so you will have some cumulus brewing. If you're basically from, Rockcastle County north, you may be clear, you may be mostly clear, but regardless, no shower activity is expected. Into tomorrow, high pressure strengthens, sits over us, so basically the entire area is going to be cloud free into the afternoon. Still can't rule out some of that valley fog though, so do keep that in mind. Now as we're getting into Monday, that's when things start to change a little bit in the cloud department. We are starting to see some high cirro stratus start to move in. That's the first sign that we're getting closer to a rain system, and that's going to be the one that gets to us midweek. Hey, by the way, don't forget about Midsummer Night's Run for this evening. Starting around 5, 6 o'clock, they're going to get the 5K. That's at 8 o'clock, but then they have a couple of events before that. Temperatures should be around the mid-80s, and remember, low humidity. So it's actually going to be a good one out there with the heat, but also the fact that it's not so stifling with that humidity that you can't breathe while you're running. So it's actually a very, very good day for it. Head on out and enjoy it, or at least go watch. It's going to be a good event. Now tomorrow we get back to 90, 93 on Monday, and with that humidity in place, we could be getting heat index values that are now pushing the triple digits. So obviously summer is still looming. We have just a couple of days with that drier feeling, but the humidity will come back into place, and a big tell sign of that is the fact that our lows are getting into the low 70s. That's about where our dew point temperature will also sit each afternoon, so do keep that in mind. Temperatures in the low 90s, a little heat wave coming in for next week, and we'll keep that going all the way into next weekend. More news after the break.